Part 10. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, Mo Yet. Chapter 91. Rensuya turned around with disdain in her heart, and looked at him. Did Dad say that he would hand over the Asia Star Group to you today? How come I didn't know? When did it happen? Is this the point? Konglji concealed his impatience, patiently said, I said it in the study on the second floor today. Fearing that she would continue to miss the point, Konglji continued, you said Dad suddenly changed his mind. Did I do something wrong to make him change his mind? Or did someone say something to Dad? Husband, haven't you always felt that work pressure is high and wanted to travel around the world with me? Why are you suddenly so positive about work? If you take over the burden on Dad's shoulders, our world travel will be a long way off. Rensuya was a little disappointed. He hurriedly coaxed her, when Ran finds a capable husband, we can travel around the world after retirement like our parents. Now my parents are old, especially my father. I have seen him several times. Hey, I want to share more of their burden so that they can enjoy their old age. Husband, you are so nice. What nonsense are you talking about? This is what I should do. Konglji gently massaged her shoulders. Dad suddenly changed his mind today, and I am a little worried. Rensuya frowned. Husband, don't worry. I will ask Dad about this matter. Dad only has me as his daughter. I am not good at business, and I still have to rely on you in the end, so you are destined to suffer. It doesn't matter if I suffer, as long as you and Ran are safe and happy little princesses. When Konglji wanted to take further action, Rensuya directly slapped his hand away. Inconvenient. These three words made Konglji breathe a sigh of relief in his heart. On the second day, Konglji went to the head office of Yaxing Group. When the employees on the road saw him, they walked hurriedly, and even the greetings were not as intimate as before, with a sense of alienation. He didn't know whether it was his illusion or he had really changed. He didn't want to believe that not long after he went to the branch, the people in the head office became like this. Such changes made him feel uneasy. The chairman is in a meeting, Mr. Kong, please stay for a while. Qin Quan's assistant put him in the rest area on the side. This wait lasted for 2 hours. During this time period, many people came and went, and everyone would glance at Konglji vaguely. Konglji felt an inexplicable irritation in his heart, and couldn't help but pull open his collar a little to make himself more comfortable. The door of the chairman's office opened, and several company bosses came out one after another. When they saw Konglji, they nodded slightly. After they left, Qin Quan personally led him into the office. Sit down. Konglji understood that this old guy already knew about that matter. Dad, I disappoint you. He took the initiative. Ren Hongru was not surprised at his performance. When did you know? This question is not easy to answer. If the answer is that he knew it at the banquet last night, it will definitely disgust him. But, the only person who knows his situation is his trusted assistant, so he is not afraid of him to check. I found out after the banquet. It was your birthday yesterday, and I don't want to ruin your mood because of this. Ren Hongru did not expose his lie, but nodded. You don't have to stay at the North City branch. Konglji's heart tightened, and he had a faint expectation. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, Mo Yet. Chapter 92. This is to transfer him back to the head office. He didn't want to stay in that shabby place of the North City branch for a moment. Ren Hongru noticed the expectation in his eyes, and there was a kind smile in his wise eyes. The branch's affairs made several directors very dissatisfied. Before he opened his mouth to defend himself, Ren Hongru didn't give him a chance. There is something, take a look first. He took out a document from the drawer and handed it to him. Konglji was puzzled, opened the file bag, and flipped through it. The more he looked, the worse his face became. The blood color gradually faded, and cold sweat broke out on his forehead. Ren Hungru drank tea slowly, but what he thought about in his mind was Ran repeating everything in his previous life word by word. He occupied everything in the Ren family, threw Ran out to fend for herself, and made her suffer so much and suffer so much. He admired his fear, but this little fear was far less than 1/10,000th of what Ran suffered. Today's fear will be the beginning of his retribution. Konglji put down the documents. Dad, I was wrong. I wanted to buy jewelry for Suya, and I was obsessed at the time, so I accepted the money. I don't know how the bag I gave to the customer became fake. That family. Ren Hungru raised his hand to stop him from continuing. I called you here today, not to ask you to explain the right and wrong of these things to me. Since this matter has been brought to me, I, as the person in charge of the group, must deal with it. Dad, no matter what you do, I accept it unconditionally. From today on, you put down all the work at hand and go to other provinces to do research work. I will reappoint you when the storm is over. Hearing this arrangement, Konglji gritted his teeth in hatred. This is completely kicking him out of the company, which is more disgusting than being exiled to the frontier. He used to be the general manager of a dignified group, but now he has become an insignificant researcher in another province. Ren Hungru gently patted him on the shoulder. Li Ji, this time when you go out, don't let anyone catch you. Although I am a director of the group, I am still under the control of the board of directors. You have to understand my difficulties. Dad, I understand. It's good that you understand. Go. Kong Li Ji stood up and left respectfully. As soon as he stepped out of the office, everyone in the group saw the email notification of Kong Li Ji's dismissal. Kong Li Ji was holding his personal belongings and waiting for the elevator. The employee passing by opened his mouth and wanted to call Mr. Kong, but when the words came to his lips, he felt that it was inappropriate, and finally shut up, glanced at him with strange eyes, and left in a hurry. From upstairs to downstairs, Kong Li Ji received countless strange looks from employees along the way. These eyes were like sharp knives, stabbing him one by one, making him feel painful and humiliated. He endured humiliation for so many years, and in the end, he was kicked out of the company because of such a small thing. He was not convinced. At the same time, as soon as the bell rang, Ran took out her cell phone and walked out of the classroom. She called Gao Ying back. Miss, Mr. Ren has already taken action. He has been kicked out of the company. Konglji was kicked out, which was the first step. The second step was to start a large-scale cleanup of his people. In order to find these people, and to avoid causing turmoil in the company after removing them, Ren Hungru made preparations for a long time. Otherwise, how could they be allowed to jump around for so long? Miss, when will we take action here? Gao Ying couldn't wait to expose the true face of the little green tea. Is Kong Ming Cheng back? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, Mo She Mo Yet. Chapter 93. Kong Mingchen's acquisition in Europe is coming to an end, and he should return to China in the next few days. Gao Ying has been paying attention to Kong Mingchen's schedule. There is no way that the young lady must use him in the future. Without him, the play will not be perfect. Gao Ying, contact him and invite him to give a speech at Haishi No. 1 Middle School. Gao Ying knew that the young lady was going to take action. Okay, I'll contact him right away. I will confirm the schedule as soon as possible. As long as I finish participating in the mathematical Olympiad in the capital. Entrepreneurs like Kong Ming Chen will come immediately without their invitation. Their schedules are fully arranged, and they are very respectful to you if they let you jump the queue. Okay. On the other side, Kongji returned home as soon as he came out of the company. The villa was empty and his wife was not seen. Aunt Lee, where is the wife? The wife went to do spa with her friends. Kongji took out his mobile phone and was about to call her, but his hand suddenly stopped and he opened her circle of friends to check. Today, I just updated my latest circle of friends. The background is in a high-end spot. There are two people in the camera, one is Ren Suya and the other is Ruan Fengruo. They seem to be in a good mood. Kongji irritably pulled off his tie, walked to the study, closed the door, and called the confidant in the headquarters. Pan Song, is there anything abnormal in the company recently? Pan Song stood up, closed the office door, and then spoke, Mr. Kong, there is nothing abnormal in the company recently. The top is busy with the cooperation with Teo Group. Didn't you hear any news about the cooperation with Teo Group? Pan Song complained, Mr. Kong, the project was negotiated by the chairman himself, and no more than one person knew about it. We only knew about it after the chairman announced it. Apart from this matter, has the company had any personnel transfers? Pan Song is the deepest chess piece he arranged in the head office. On the surface, he is completely incompatible with himself, and everyone regards them as mortal enemies. No one would have thought that Pan Song is his person. No, Pan Song thought for a while, Boss Kong, your case this time, I heard that it was Director Zhao who was behind it. He joined forces with several directors to put pressure on the chairman. Director Zhao. It was this old guy again. Since he entered the company, he has always disliked him and opposed him everywhere. Kongji was not worried if he was just against him. What he was most afraid of was that this matter was led by the old guy Ren Hongruo. If it had nothing to do with Ren Hongruo, he would not care too much. Tell me the first time if there is anything in the company in the future. Definitely. After ending the call with Pan Song, Kongji contacted several of his people and carefully asked about the company's internal affairs. The conclusion was that everything was calm and there was nothing wrong. Was it really just his illusion? He pondered for a moment, made up his mind, left the study, walked to the wine cellar in the basement, took several bottles of strong liquor, and started drinking. When Aunt Lee came out of the kitchen, she smelled a strong smell of alcohol. Following the smell, she saw Mr. Kong drinking to relieve his sorrow. What happened? Aunt Lee quickly took out her mobile phone and dialed Ren Suya's number. Madam, Mr. Kong just came back. He was drinking after he came back, and now he is drunk. From the moment Aunt Lee appeared to the moment she called, Kongji was paying attention to the whole process. She thought he was drunk, but in fact he was very clear-headed. Confirming that everything was going as he expected, Kongji was relieved. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, Mo She Mo Yet. Chapter 94. At the spa club, Ren Suya hurriedly put on her clothes. Something happened at home, I'll go back first. All the consumption today will be charged to my bill, the latter sentence was said to the technician. Feng, are you? Let's make an appointment another day. Okay. When the car drove to the door of her house, Ren Suya did not get out of the car immediately, but took 2 deep breaths, adjusted her mentality, and then opened the car door and entered the house with her bag. As soon as she stepped into the house, she smelled a strong smell of alcohol. She couldn't help but frowned, endured the nausea and walked in, and saw her husband lying drunk on the ground. Li Ji, what are you doing? She quickly stepped forward and snatched the bottle of wine from his hand. Wine, give me wine. When he opened his mouth, the smell of alcohol sprayed out, almost suffocating Ren Suya. She restrained and endured, avoiding facing him head-on, the smell was really suffocating. What happened? Kongji narrowed his drunken eyes, stuck out his big tongue and cried, Suya, my father kicked me out of the company. Am I useless? Kicked out, Ren Suya was surprised. I'll ask my father. Don't go. He stretched out his hands to stop her, but his hands were empty and had no strength at all. Ren Suya naturally felt the hypocritical blocking force and disdained it in her heart. If it were in the past, she would only think that he had no strength after drinking and would not think too much. But when the filter of love was removed and the real side was exposed, everything seemed particularly hypocritical and disgusting. Ren Suya dialed Ren Hongruo's number under his hope. Dad, did you remove Li Ji from all his positions? Why did you do that? What did he do wrong? He shouldn't be removed from his position. Kong Li Ji listened with his ears erect. He could vaguely hear Ren Hongruo's explanation from the phone. He couldn't hear it clearly because of the distance. He only vaguely heard words like stopgap measures, explanation, and training. You really didn't lie to me. Okay, I know. When Ren Suya said this, she subconsciously glanced at Kong Li Ji. Before her voice became smaller and she turned her head, he immediately pretended to be dead, pretending to know nothing, and drank in a daze. Ren Suya hung up the phone, looking like she wanted to say something but stopped. Kong Li Ji narrowed his eyes and raised his glass to her. Wife, have a drink with me. He clearly saw the reluctance on her face and the awkward look of wanting to say something but not being able to say it, and realized that the word training he heard before was correct. Don't drink, husband. Dad has his reasons for doing that. It will be fine after a while, Ren Suya explained in a clumsy way. Haha, I know my father-in-law doesn't like me, and he has never liked me. Suya, I have been enduring it for you. But now, I have been working diligently in the company for so many years, and I dare not slack off, but the result is. Forget it, it's better this way, no need to be on guard anymore. Ren Suya endured the nausea and listened to his instigation. After he had said enough, she said with a distressed face, Li Ji, actually. Seeing that she resisted telling her father-in-law's plan, he knew that it would be useless to continue making trouble. He simply closed his eyes and pretended to sleep. Ren Suya looked down at this disgusting man, and wanted to kick him in the face. Aunt Li, call a few people to take the gentleman upstairs. The next day, when Kong Ji woke up, there was no one around him. When he went downstairs, he didn't see Ren Suya. Where is Madam? Sir, Madam is sending Miss to the airport. Airport? Seeing his confusion, Aunt Li reminded him, Miss is going to participate in the National Mathematical Olympiad. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, She Yet. Chapter 95. He really forgot about it? To be more precise, he didn't forget it, but he never took it to heart. Why didn't you wake me up? He hurried out. Aunt Li explained, Madam loves you and wants you to rest more. Madam got up early in the morning to make you a hangover soup. She served the hangover soup. Kong Ji wanted to refuse, but he took it and drank it in one breath. After drinking it, his mouth felt strange, with a strange taste. He didn't think much about it, just thinking that Ren Suya's cooking skills were not good. He picked up the car keys, hurried to the garage, and drove a car to the airport. If the old man knew that he didn't send Ran to the airport, he would be dissatisfied with him again. The situation is unclear recently, so it's better to be careful. He hurried and rushed, and when he arrived at the airport, Ran had already passed the security check. Husband, why are you here? Ran went to the capital for a competition, and I wanted to see him off. Alas, I was still a step late. Kongji looked regretful. Ran knows your situation and won't blame you. The couple left the airport side by side. As soon as she got off the plane, she turned on her phone and saw several unread text messages and 2 missed calls. The text messages included reminders from the Capital Tourism Bureau, as well as Gao Ying and Kongji. Ran looked at the money transfer from Kongji. the red envelope of 50,000 yuan, and her lips curled. Today she was generous. She didn't hesitate to take the money and sent a perfunctory expression package thanking the boss. She sent a message to her mother saying that she had landed safely, and sent a text message to Gao Ying. After everyone took their luggage, they left the airport with the team leader. Over there, over there. The shouting was particularly loud even in the noisy airport hall. Ren and his group, like other passengers, were attracted by the sound and looked towards the place where the sound was. A group of people rushed to exit too, many of them holding fan cards in their hands. A team member looked around curiously. Is it a celebrity? From the crowd, it must be. I wonder who it is. It's a pity that I didn't see the fan sign clearly just now. All the participants in the competition are top students. Although they study on weekdays, some of them chase stars. Even if they don't chase stars, they know a lot about them. Speaking of this topic, they are naturally very interested. You are wrong. They are not chasing stars. Yan Kailang walked forward. Senior. Everyone greeted him. Yan Kailang was the champion of the last provincial mathematical Olympiad, and represented the national team in the International Mathematical Olympiad, winning the second place in the individual competition. This time, the provincial competition organizers specially hired him to give them a small lesson and pass on his experience. Senior, do you know the news? Who is that person? We'll talk as we walk, Yan Kailang said as he walked. Don't ask who she is. When you come to the capital to study at university, you will naturally know who she is. There is no such thing as the national daughter in the entertainment industry. That person is the little princess of the Beijing Circle, a veritable little princess. Wow, everyone exclaimed, and their curiosity was aroused. The group walked to the airport gate and saw the next exit. A group of black-clad bodyguards blocked a group of fans outside and escorted a girl wearing sunglasses and with a noble temperament to an extended Lincoln luxury car. Ren also looked at the girl with curiosity. She had a beautiful face and was about the same age as her. From this posture, this little princess of the Beijing Circle is both noble and rich. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, She Yet. Chapter 96. I'll tell you another piece of news. This little princess from Beijing will also participate in this mathematical Olympiad. You are all her competitors. Senior Yan, is she good? Yan Kailang thought for 2 seconds. Good. Oh my god. The pressure is so great, a group of people screamed. Ren stood aside and smiled. At this time, the extended Lincoln car drove away, and the fans who were chasing it dispersed. The car that picked them up also stopped in front of them, and everyone got in the car. Even when they got to the car, the classmates were still very interested in discussing her. Some students couldn't help but sigh. Some people chase Rome all their lives, and some people are born in Rome. This is the gap between people. The team leader couldn't help but say, you already have one foot in Rome, and you can step over with the other foot. This competition is an opportunity to move forward, so let's start with this competition. Teacher, you are tricking us. Teacher, your trick is too old-fashioned, we are not cute. A group of people talked and laughed, without any tension before the competition. On the eve of the competition, contestants from all over the country gathered in the waiting area, and everyone gathered according to their respective camps. Suddenly, the door of the waiting area was pushed open, and a girl was surrounded by people and walked into the venue, with her chin slightly raised and her eyes looking down on everyone. Her pomp instantly attracted the attention of all the contestants, and everyone's eyes were focused on her. Who is this person? Don't you know her? Her name is Zhang Ziyu, a local. She is known as the little princess of the Beijing Circle. Is it true? The other contestants who were behind in the news were surprised and curious. Absolutely true. Her family background is amazing, ordinary people can't afford to offend. Zhang Ziyu naturally heard the people around her talking about her, but she didn't care at all, or she had already gotten used to it. She looked around and walked towards the central rest area. There were already contestants from Handong province sitting there. Zhang Ziyu and his group walked in front of them, and the 5 contestants from Handong province were stunned. Make way, the person next to Zhang Ziyu spoke. The 5 contestants from Handong province looked at Zhang Ziyu. Although they were reluctant, they knew it was unwise to conflict with her. They packed up their things and left. This scene made everyone frown, but no one spoke up. Fortunately we didn't sit over there, otherwise it would be really embarrassing. Ren, fortunately you pulled us to sit in the corner. They originally wanted to sit in the middle, but they moved to the corner at Ren's suggestion. Otherwise, they would be the ones who were laughed at today. By the way, they are too overbearing. The people of Handong province are too spineless. SHH, keep your voice down, don't let anyone hear. The contestants around lowered their heads and whispered. Some people couldn't stand it, and some people didn't care. No matter what the attitude of the people around them was, Zhang Ziyu didn't care. From her style and expression, it can be seen that this girl is not someone who can be messed with. Ren has made a judgment about her in his heart. If he meets her in the future, he will try to avoid her. In Beijing, she couldn't afford to offend anyone who could be crowned with the title of Little Princess of Beijing Circle. She didn't want to cheat her grandfather or Asia Star Group. Shen Qian walked into the waiting area. As soon as he appeared, all the contestants stood up and looked at him with burning eyes, even the little princess of Beijing Circle was no exception. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, Mo Yet. Chapter 97. Zhang Ziyu stood up and walked towards Shen Qian. Her face lost its pride and she smiled sweetly, Brother Yan. Shen Qian nodded coldly and walked past her. He looked around at everyone and his eyes stayed for 2 more seconds when he looked at them. Who else doesn't know about the process and precautions of the competition? Seeing that no one spoke, Shen Qian said, "You can enter the venue." Zhang Ziyu stared at Shen Qian the whole time. She didn't look like she was here to compete, but rather like she was here to chase stars. The competition was tense and exciting. Everyone was on edge, except for Ren and Zhang Ziyu. Zhang Ziyu had the capital and confidence to be willful, and she could face this kind of competition calmly. In her eyes, a competition like this was just an unnecessary existence. As for Ren, she was casual. Winning the award successfully was a recognition of her efforts. If she couldn't, it meant that her practice was not yet complete. More importantly, she didn't want to go abroad for the time being. Once she won the award, she would most likely go abroad to participate in the competition. That's why she can be so open-minded about this competition. This time, Shen Qian is still one of the examiners. He patrolled the venue and naturally noticed Ren's relaxed posture. Competition tests not only strength. Mentality is also an important part. A good mentality can play a key role at certain times. The bigger the competition, the more this mentality is needed. She is very suitable for participating in international competitions. With her ability to solve that problem in the last competition, she should be able to get a good ranking in this competition. Ren could feel Shen Qian's gaze on her, because this guy had been standing next to her for a long time and had affected her problem solving. When she was about to lose control, Shen Qian finally moved away. During the competition, Gao Ying didn't contact her. As soon as the competition ended, Gao Ying's phone call came in on time, as if it was on time. "Miss. But is there any good news?" Yes, Gao Ying's voice was rarely filled with joy. I have successfully made an appointment with Kongming Cheng. He agreed to come to Haishi No. 1 Middle School for a speech. I have also made arrangements for the school, and the time is set a week before the final exam. Very good. Ren Ran was very relieved when she did things. The results of the National Mathematical Olympiad came out soon, and Ren Ran ranked 6th, just at the end of the number of participants. Ren Ran was completely stumped when she saw this ranking. In the International Mathematical Olympiad, each team is allowed to participate in 6 people. Is she just lucky or? Of course, she also held the chance that the international team would look down on her. After all, those who came to participate were not necessarily the best. As far as she knew, Fu Yan was very good. If he came to participate in this competition, he would definitely win the championship. The provincial team leader was very happy and treated everyone to a big meal that night. After a few drinks, Yan Kailang smiled and said, "Junior sister is good. I look forward to your performance in the Olympic Games next year." "Haha, senior, you are joking. Don't be modest, brother Yan thinks you are good." When the others heard the word brother Yan, they all looked at him. "Senior, who is this brother Yan? Is he?" Yan Kailang didn't hide it, "As you think, it's Shen Chuyan." It's actually a great god, that must be right." Others followed suit. Ren Ran just smiled and didn't say anything. On the way back, Yan Kailang walked to her side and asked quietly, "In the last provincial competition, how did you come up with that solution for the last big question? What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her." Author, Mo She Mo Yet. Chapter 98. "What's the problem?" Ren Ran asked instead without replying. Yan Kailang smiled and said, "There's no big problem, it's just that your idea of solving the problem is exactly the same as brother Yan's." As if he was afraid that she wouldn't believe it, he took out his phone and showed her a photo. Ren Ran looked at the familiar problem-solving book and suddenly realized that the problem-solving book she picked up back then belonged to Master Shen Chuyan. Believe it now. She didn't believe it, because her problem-solving ideas were indirectly taught to her by him. She couldn't say this. "Of course I believe it. I saw the idea for solving the problem in a book before and thought it was interesting, so I wrote it down. This is not a lie." "Ah," Yan Kailang was surprised, "this problem-solving idea was originally created by brother Yan. Did someone else, brother Yan, bump into it? Which book is it?" Damn it, she didn't expect this to be included, but Shen Chuyan couldn't be accused of plagiarism. "No, I remembered it wrong. I thought of it myself." Yan Kailang looked at her suspiciously. This guy always had a way of treating himself as a fool. "Ha ha ha, I'm just teasing you." Ren Ran stopped and said, "Actually, I have seen Shen Dashan's problem-solving book. Let me tell you, don't tell others." "Have you seen?" "Yes. Master Shen Chuyan may not know about this, so don't tell me." Yan Kailang was confused by her answers. He always felt that nothing she said was true. Seeing his confused look, Ren Ran breathed a sigh of relief. It's okay to be confused, and it's okay to be distrustful. As soon as she got off the plane, Gao Ying drove over to pick her up. There was a thick stack of documents in the back seat. "Little miss, all the assets your father gave to that woman over the years are all there. The assets in her name and the properties purchased overseas in her name are all listed. In addition, all the assets your father has hidden are also there. To sum up, many of the assets are held on behalf of his relatives. It will take some time to get the relevant certificates that those assets belong to him." Gao Ying was able to find out these things so quickly, especially those overseas assets. In addition to her banknote ability, she also had Ren Hongru as her backer, who could mobilize a lot of resources. Ren Ran looked through the documents, and the numbers displayed on each document represented that he had secretly transferred property behind his mother's back over the years. The amount of money he gave to the mother and daughter was more like a slap in the face, loudly hitting her and her mother's face. To her, he is a very picky father. To them, he was a completely generous father. Are you willing to just let him spit out all the money? No, she was unwilling to do so. She wants him to go into debt. While waiting at the traffic light, Gao Ying looked through the rearview mirror and noticed the expression on the little lady's face, and said tentatively, "Little miss, your father's relatives have taken away a lot of money over the years." She didn't calculate it carefully, but she roughly calculated that it was almost over 100 million. Ren Ran knew that his father often subsidized his grandparents' side, as well as his brothers and sisters. The villa where my grandparents lived, the small villa built in the countryside, and my father's brothers and sisters, and their children all provided a lot of support. As a child, she never cared about these things or how much they were given. She had no idea. She only knew that whatever happened over there, it was Kong Li who came to settle it. Looking at the bills flowing like water now, I still feel a little heartbroken. Can the money be recovered? Yes. These are joint property of husband and wife. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, She Yet. Chapter 99. As long as the madam is not aware of the money and has not obtained her permission, it can be recovered, Gao Ying added. That's good. The Kong family can't get it for nothing. The disgusting things they did in their previous lives are comparable to those of Kong Lian. Getting the 6th place in the National Mathematical Olympiad made Ren Ran a big hit in the school again. The more she stood out, the more uncomfortable Kong Lian felt. She should have been standing there. Now she has a bad reputation, and it's all because of her. She stole her life and her script. Ren Ran, you little thief, I will never forgive you. Ren Ran felt the burning gaze behind him, and he knew who it came from without looking. The final exam is very important for students in the 1st and 2nd grades, but for students in the 3rd grade, although it is important, it is not the most important. The most important thing for them is the college entrance examination. Frequent exams have made many people immune to final exams and have become accustomed to them. My mom said that if I can get into the top 10 in my grade in the final exam this time, she will take me to Sanya for a vacation during the winter vacation. We will spend the whole vacation in Sanya, Zhao Yi said happily while holding the doll. Then you will spend the new year in Sanya. Yes. My family basically goes out for the new year every year. Lin Xiao, I looked envious. That's great. My family goes back to our hometown for the new year every year. My hometown is in the countryside, but it's boring. There is no place to go shopping, and most importantly, there are no friends. My family stays here honestly and doesn't go anywhere. I am even worse off, Guo Tongwen said. Zhao Yi looked at Ren Ran. Ran Ran, where are you going for the new year? It must be a vacation abroad, Guo Tongwen guessed. Ren Ran smiled and said, you guessed half right. Sometimes we are in China, sometimes we go abroad, but it's not just our family, but my father's brothers and sisters will come. The whole family came, eating their food and drinking their drinks, just because they are rich and not short of money, making it seem like their family's money fell from the sky. Everyone was chatting, and class monitor Mao Zhen walked into the classroom and stood on the podium. Everyone, be quiet, be quiet. The noisy classroom quieted down. Ding Chong asked, class monitor, what tasks are assigned? The final exam is coming soon, and there will be basically no other things besides this. It's not a task, just a notice. Mao Zhen saw that everyone was curious and deliberately kept it a secret. What notice? Don't we have to return to school early on the 5th day of the first lunar month? Someone speculated. After all, this rumor has been circulating for a long time, and there are precedents in previous classes. Ah, ah, please don't. I want to rest for a few more days. The classmates wailed. Guo Tongwen didn't care. I'm studying at home, and I'm freer when I go back to school. No. I don't want it. Zhao Yi was full of resistance. Among everyone, she was the calmest because she knew what it was. Mao Zhen had kept everyone in suspense for a long time, and said leisurely, he, I guessed wrong. Tomorrow afternoon, an important person will come to our school to inspect and give us a speech. The higher UPS have notified us that all senior high school students must be present. As soon as he finished speaking, greetings broke out in the classroom. Mao Zhen, you are crazy. Oh my God, I was scared to death. I thought it was about the holiday, but it turned out to be this. What should I do if someone takes away my fate? I will just kill her. Author, She Yet. Chapter 100. It's just a small matter. Mao Zhen made it into a big news. I was almost scared to death. Who is the monitor? Ding Chong shouted from below. I don't know. The teacher didn't say. Don't keep me in suspense. Some people didn't believe it. I really don't know. Mao Zhen raised his hand and swore. It must be another outstanding alumnus, or a certain leader of the city, or a general manager or something like that, Guo Tongwen said firmly. Not to mention Guo Tongwen, other students in the class think so, even Kong Lian thinks so. After a few discussions, everyone lost interest in this matter. Those who should do the questions, and those who should chat, each doing their own job. Saturday afternoon was supposed to be a self-study class, but now all the senior students gathered in the school auditorium. The first class of Senior 3 was arranged at the front, that is, behind the chairman's position. This position has the clearest view of the stage, but it is the position that all students dislike the most, no one else. The main reason is that they are close to the leaders and teachers, and they cannot be absent or make small movements. The three-piece set in the auditorium was staged again. The host gave an opening speech, then the principal spoke, and finally invited today's protagonist. The principal's encouraging words were almost finished, and he began to bring out the jade behind. This time, we specially invited the famous entrepreneur Kong Ming Cheng. Mr. Kong will. As soon as the name Kong Ming Cheng came out, all the students showed surprise, and their eyes subconsciously looked at the position of Class 1 of Senior 3. The students in Class 1 of Senior 3 all looked at Kong Lian. Kong Lian's brain exploded with a boom, and the whole person was stunned. Why did he appear here? Ren Ran looked at her from the corner of his eyes, admiring her wonderful expression. Why do I think Kong Lian's expression is a little wrong? Zhao Yi wondered. Guo Tongwen nodded in agreement. It's really strange, it feels like she's not happy, but she couldn't think of a suitable word to describe it for a while. Her reaction is so strange. Shouldn't she be happy to see her father coming? Or does she have a bad relationship with her father? Lin Xiao I guessed. Not only they felt strange, but anyone who could see Kong Lian clearly felt strange. On her side, the stupid Hu Zio said excitedly, Lian, it's your father. Your father is here. Oh my God. You hid it so well that you didn't even let anyone know. This excitement was even happier than the person involved. Ji Qing noticed that Kong Lian's expression was not right, and was puzzled. Why did she seem to not know that her father would come? That expression didn't look happy at all. Tanjia's eyes rolled around, looking at the stage, then at Kong Lian, and then at Ren Ran on the other side. Coincidentally, her eyes met Ren Ran's. The two looked at each other for 2 seconds, and then calmly moved away. Hu Zio looked at the empty seat in front of them. Needless to say, it was definitely reserved for Kong Lian's father. Kong Lian, look at the arrangement of this seat, it is for the convenience of you two father and daughter to chat. After Hu Zio's reminder, Kong Lian realized that the empty seat in front of her must be reserved for Kong Ming Cheng. It's over. Once Kong Ming Cheng finished his speech, when he came down, she would be easily exposed. No, she had to find a way, she had to find a way. The more anxious she was, the more blank her mind became, and she had no clue at all. Hu Zio finally realized that her expression was wrong. Lian, what's wrong with you?